Pop this in here. Hello. Welcome to Total Chaos. My name is Allie Burns. This is Picks and Parlays, and we are doing a little show called Total Chaos where I'm going to give these two handicappers 5 games that are going down tomorrow, Wednesday, October the 27th. They're going to tell me if they go over or under the total, and whoever gets the most correct is the champion. Up first, I've got Sean Higgs. How's it going, Higgs?
All right. Hopefully, I bring my A game here for Toni. Like, no mercy. You're a woman. I don't care. I'm here to beat you. But I lost. I think I lost a chip the other day. I lost or I might have tied or something against Nick. So I haven't been up to snuff lately. I got to get back on track. And hopefully, it's not a 5-0 here. Hopefully, it's not like I go 5-0 and poor Toni will be like, oh my goodness, I'm not going back on here. I got embarrassed. So hopefully we'll go 3-2 and everybody's happy. You went
through a really big hot streak for a while though. So this is just, this is the ebb and the flow of it all.
Yes.
You got to get a little dip in there every once in a while.
Yeah, that's just it. That's just it. So yes, your opponent.
And I say that all the time. It's up and down. You got to just ride them out. So
it's just how it works. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't win all the time. Like, that's just it. It doesn't work that way. No. You'll never be able to enjoy your wins if you don't lose once in a while. Am I right, the GOAT? Am I right, Toni Cobbs?
That is true. That is true.
So from our Morning Woody Facebook page, Toni Cobbs, the GOAT, you're still heads up in the last Woody standing contest. One of the very best handicappers over in the Morning Woody realm.
How do you feel about 50% run over there in a month? It's like 60-something% for the month in that one. You sent me the.
Oh, she smashed. She took that down. I think you already won a last Woody for the month. We changed the rules of the last Woody standing. Like, we had to change the rules. The players are only allowed to win cash once a month. Like, Craig's gonna have to put Toni on the payroll at this point.
Toni, I would have fought that and be like, it's not my fault.
I know.
No, you can't be changing the rules mid-flow, Craig. What's that about?
Yeah.
I like to send him a text like.
Yeah,
come on,
he
man.
did. He did though. He got me. He got me.
He got you. He's like, here, take a shirt instead.
Yeah, exactly.
Me and the twins and Lenny were like, simple solution: hire Toni Cobbs. Right? That's simple solution right there.
That's I feel bad because I pop in sometimes. Like, I do my show and all of a sudden I'm into my stuff. I forget to pop in for the last Woody, but I'm almost glad I don't, because if you get knocked down the first day, people are like, oh, this guy, how is he? He can't even win one. So it's almost that I miss it sometimes. Though sometimes I hit it once and then I forget to come back. I'd rather just have nothing in one winner than no winners.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. Because I lost today. My pick for the new Woody, I lost, but then the one that's still going on, I won. So it's like,
I was talking to one of the Woodies about it. And they're like, Toni is so good. And I'm like, it's not even that Toni is so good at making a pick. Toni is so good at finding her one best pick. That's what's like, that's the hardest part of all of it. I could go 4-1, but that one is the one that I threw up on the board that day. You are so good at narrowing down, this is my best bet, so.
Well, and it takes a lot. It takes a lot because sometimes I just look ahead and I focus on that, and then I work myself back. I get my main pick like 3 days out, and then I work myself back to the next day when I need to make a pick. So
Sean, are you listening? We could learn
it's a little backwards from what people do. So that's how I've been able to stay ahead. So when I know that pick, I just hammer it. I run it all the way across the board, and that's the only pick I play. It does not matter anything else.
Could you text it to me before 6 a.m. on the day that picks get put in? Could we do that? Because I tried to get on Dortmund -2 today. And
I have two. I have 2 for tomorrow already. I have 2 for tomorrow.
Is this
already?
Toni? Are you more? Is this more like probably NBA type picks than? Or no, it's got to be something with days out. It's got to be like hockey or NBA.
It's actually I got college football picks already for Saturday.
Okay.
That I've looked at.
But for the Woody, when it's on a Tuesday, there's not really much college, so it has to be like an NBA or something.
Yeah, it's usually NBA, or I will switch if I have a good soccer that I always look ahead on Tuesday, and they always play at like 4:30 in the morning or 5:30 in the morning. That's my pick, and then I also run my basketball pick at the same time.
So that's a good thing to do. Like, for that's where you're counting backwards. Like, people might not think that, but that's the way to do it because you're thinking, okay, if it's baseball, it's it's going to be this, and this lined up starters.
Right.
For baseball, somebody might take a day off. Like, what game are they going to be focused on? So that's
exactly like everybody's on the Lakers today. I'm on the Lakers tomorrow because LeBron is going to play. He's going to get a triple-double, and he's going to show out because it's OKC, and everybody's been talking about how old he's gotten. He hears it, he sees it, and he's going to come out. That's why they gave him the, yes, he's hurt. That's what, hey, whatever they say.
Yeah, they should beat Cleveland at him, and then on the road tomorrow, whatever, get their back-to-back spot, take care of business on.
They're going to take care of business.
Yeah.
I bet a lot of player props are going to be focused more on Russell Westbrook playing his old team rather than LeBron on top of that, too.
Yes. So. But one thing that I like about Russell is I've been taking his turnover props ever since he's been playing.
Ooh.
Easy money.
He's had 8. He had 8 the other, he turns over the ball at least 3 or 4 times a game, even more than that, and they haven't raised it yet. They haven't caught on yet. The books have not caught on, so it's a good time to get it.
His scoring's high, and he hasn't been scoring.
Exactly.
Well, and it's not a super popular prop. Most people are looking at points, rebounds, props, assists, all that, turnovers. I had a buddy who was all over the sacks prop on last night's, and I don't know if it cashed or not, but he was like, Geno Smith has this many sacks and this many sacks, and not a lot of people look at sacks so much.
Exactly.
I know it had to easily cash because he got sacked 3 times on the last drive of the game.
Exactly.
I want to say the number was 4.5. I sent it to you, Parlays. Like I didn't realize the game had just started, but I sent it to you, Parlays.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was a good angle, win or lose. I thought it was just a good angle,
and that's the thing is, you find angles where the books are not paying attention because the books are paying attention to rebounds and points. They're gonna fix those. But then once they nobody's doing the turnovers, nobody's doing the sacks. Those are things that they gotta look at. Saves for the goalies. A lot of them don't look at that.
Yep.
A lot of them don't look at those saves for the goalies.
Tony's going straight degenerate on us in this video. Save goalie, save.
I've got to have like the fireside hour with the goat. Where we sit in a smoking jacket and a wingback chair with a pipe. And I just ask questions.
You're so silly.
Something like that. Okay, so let's get this party started. We do have a competition here. If you guys are just joining, like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. Give us the old thumbs up. If you're over at picksandparlays.net, the promo code is NBA. Saves you 20% off of the entire site. We're going to kick this off with the Hawks at the Pelicans. Sean Higgs, your number is 220 American points. Is it going over or under?
I am going to go under the total here with the Pelicans. So they're back off of 3 straight road games, 2 unders versus Minnesota, and they also had a under game versus Philly. And I just look at this Atlanta team. They could come out and score, but something tells me here, on the road, they didn't get much off in Cleveland. So I'm going to think they're going to play down to the competition. We know New Orleans is not that good a team. Listen, they split Minnesota, and I'm not high in Minnesota. I don't know if people like the T-Wolves, but that being said, I think 220 is a little too high here because I can think this one being like a 113 and 100, 109, 99 type something, lower scoring game. So give me the under 220 here.
All right. Miss Cobbs, what do you think?
I have to agree. You still don't have Zion in there. They don't know when he's coming back. And Sean's right. The Hawks do play down to their competition. They don't rise above that. So yes, I am with that under.
So under we go. Kings are at the Suns. 226 is the number on that one. Tony Cobbs, you're going first.
I'm actually going under on this one. I know a lot of people think about Phoenix being this run and gun, but their defense is actually what holds them together and keeps the other teams intact. The Kings are 1-2 to the under when the score is 224 to 227, and the Suns are 1-2 when the total is 224.5 to 227.5. So who's playing more offense? Who's playing more defense? And I think Phoenix is coming coming in with their defense, this is what's going to win the game for them. And so I'm taking the under.
Higgs, agree or disagree?
I am agreeing with Miss Cobbs here. And, she mentioned the totals. And yes, both of these guys, 2 out of 3 of the season to the under. The Suns by 26 and 18 points off their total to the under, and 8 and 16 for Sacramento the under. Both of their overs against the Trailblazers. And we'll be talking about them in a second. So obviously they kind of play a little bit of an up-tempo, and these teams don't mind running the ball. Otherwise, 26 and 18 to the under for the Suns, that's a huge – even if it's only 10 points, if we get half of that, total of 44 points, even if it's 20 a game and we got 16 from the other side, we got a lot of leeway here, I think, on this total. So just the way out of 4 to 6 games they played, and again, the one's over against the same team, so I'm going to go under here. This isn't Portland versus Portland. It's the Sacramento and the Suns. Under the total we go.
Under and under. All right, so we agree again. Remember, people at home, when they agree, those are our money-making plays on the show, the consensus picks. We will do a recap at the end, but we've got Cavaliers at the Clippers to talk about first. 217, Higgs, what do you say?
I'm actually going to go over in this game with the Cavs and the Clippers, believe it or not. Cleveland here, 132 to 121 versus Memphis, 123, 112 on another loss here. And when Clippers played Memphis, they went over the total at 130-something points in that game. Now, they're just off and under the Clippers, right, against I'm just drawing a blank. Who did? I want to say the Warriors. It wasn't the Warriors. Whoever they played last night. And I kind of like the under there. I'm like, you know what? Everybody's thinking over because they've gone over in their 2 or 3 games. This is a defensive-first team here. This team is a defensive team. It's not an offensive team. Cleveland, we know, we've seen them score ugly. Couldn't score 101 game, 99-87, 101-95 in another game. That's Cleveland we expect. So I don't expect the Clippers to come out and really, even if they run up to the 120, is the Cavalier, are they going to score 90? I don't see it coming. 110-95, this is an underplay because Cleveland's not scoring 100 points. So, if the Clippers get into the 120s, maybe I'm in trouble, but I'm still going under. Cleveland is not getting to 100.
I had you on over. I don't know why I had that.
You know what? I don't know. Did I say over? I think I did.
I thought you did, but
I did. But you know what? I meant to say the under. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Final answer.
Okay. I said over the 217. I meant to say under the 217.
There you go. There you go.
Want to make sure, yeah. No worries.
My sheet here, I had to cross out stuff because I had Washington and Boston on there, and then I had Memphis Portland game before this game. So my O's, I'm looking at the other game. I got the over in the next game. I apologize.
Don't spoil it.
It's a live show. I can't do it. I don't know.
No. I just want to make sure we have accurate picks here. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because, there's going to be a winner and a loser. I want to make sure I got what you really like.
I misspoke.
Toni Cobbs, what do you really like?
I am actually taking this over. I like the Clippers here in this spot. They actually played the Trailblazers last night.
Trailblazers, that's it.
And Trailblazers actually only scored 86 points. I know that's unbelievable. That's crazy for the Trailblazers.
Okay.
So they didn't really push the Clippers as hard as expected, what people were thinking from yesterday. So actually the Clippers will come in fresh because they didn't have to. They can actually set their bench. They can actually set their starters on there, get their bench players in. So I'm looking at this over. I like the Cavs. I like the way they play. They run and gun. So I am taking this over.
Cavs are a very fast-paced team this season. But that's our first disagreement. Someone's going to win this game. I like it. We got Grizzlies at the Trailblazers up next, 234, Toni Cobbs.
Well, I'm taking the over because there's no way you're going to get Portland just scoring 86 points again. That is for sure. And Memphis can score. Memphis can score. They are a totally different team from last year. Whatever they did on the offseason, it's working. The pieces are coming together. And Portland, you know what they can do. So not much. There's no need to say anymore. Memphis is 3-0 to the over. I don't know how Portland can even slow them down. I don't see anybody slowing anybody down. So give me that over on that one.
All right, Higgs, agree or disagree?
I'm with you, and here it is. My game above the Clipper game. Under last night versus the Clippers. I didn't remember they played the Clippers. We didn't talk about Clippers. But yeah, their other two games, 10 points, 11 points to the over, and Memphis 13, 9, and 35 to the over. It's an overplay here, especially off 86 points. They're going to come out and want to, right that ship. So off a crummy game, you're going to get an A game, and a team that likes to push it. Over. Only way to go over. 234 is high, but I think we're getting there.
Yep.
Yeah, I like this over all day as well. So I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. Okay, so we're going to switch over to the Braves and the Astros. We've got game 2 of the World Series going on. We're estimating that this line is going to be an 8.5. We do have the pitchers in it, and we're just going to roll with 8.5 as the line in this game. Higgs, you're going to go first. What do you got for me?
Yeah, I'm looking at the under. Listen, I like the Braves all series. I got the Braves here in game 1. I'm down for the series. I'll take them. I had them every game versus the Dodgers. We had them against the Brewers. I like the Braves. Max Fried. I still don't know how to say this guy's name for the last 2 years. I don't care because all he does is make me money. Last 15 starts, he's got a $1.93 ERA, 191 down the last 7. Uquity hasn't been too bad himself, 3.26 ERA down the last 15 starts. Now, postseason ERA for him, a little higher. And I say this going into these games, don't get scared, even if you like the other side. You like the over. Don't get skewed by some of these pitchers' ERAs when they're going 4 innings in the championship series, stuff like that, where the guys are just trying to get to the World Series. So they don't really care about, well, he went 3 innings, gave up 2 runs. He might have a bloated ERA, but course of a season, you know how those kind of play out. They're just moving matchup-wise because they know, you can't get to the next day. So give me the under here. Although it's kind of, runs here already early in this other game, but I'm thinking under. I think both pitchers are solid. I like the bullpen to land a little more, but under 8.5. Everybody likes the over. I get it. Minute Maid Park plays the unders, though. People will be shocked to know that's more of an under park than an over park. Give me the under 8.5.
All right, Miss Cobbs, agree or disagree?
I actually agree with Mr. Higgs over there. The bullpens, they're rested. And tonight, we're looking at 2 good pitchers right now, even though, yes, he gave up 2 runs, but now he's into his form. So if they go deep, the bullpens are still going to be rested. Then you go in tomorrow, you got 2 strong pitchers that can go deep into the lineup. So I'd be surprised if they pull a pitcher early, not unless they really are just having one of those days. But I don't see that happening. And even if they do, I think their bullpens can hang on and keep this at an under.
All right. Oh, it's exciting. It really is. I'm kind of okay with Valdez giving up 2 right now. It's 2-0 in the first. Right
and I
now.
was going to say something, Sean. You may not be on Total Chaos anymore if you're talking about Braves all the way. It just doesn't look too good over there. It didn't look too good there, talking about the Braves all the way to winning the. Ooh, look at that face.
I think it happened.
He's a Houston girl, I know, but listen, that's my hometown. That's like 30 minutes away from me. The Asterix, the whistling garbage can smackers.
I actually took Atlanta.
I have a whole spiel on that, though, and I think Alex Cora got what he deserved by getting beat by the Astros because I think he had a lot to do with that banging on garbage cans.
What about the whistling? Have you seen the whistling videos?
No. I'm so over this. Like, as an Astros fan, as a baseball fan, I'm so over this conversation. Get over it. Move on. Everybody cheats. Move on.
You just got caught.
They just got caught.
We didn't even get caught. We got ratted on. And wasn't it Max Fried who ratted on us when he used to play for us? Or no, it was the other F1 that I don't like. Whatever. See, don't get me riled up. It's the World Series. Let me enjoy this.
See, how spoiled am I in from like my, the late 20s, I had the Yankee run from like the mid 90s, right? I had a great run of World Series.
You cheat your own way, right? No salary cap. You can cheat your own way. So look, we all cheat baseball. They've always cheated.
And now I have the Astros in 3 of 5 World Series down here. This is.
Speaking of some big news, I don't know if you guys, I just heard it. The Chicago Blackhawks just got fined $2 million for harassment for what was it? Harassment, sexual, something like that. With
something with a coach or something.
Yeah, with a coach or something.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, and they did not handle it correctly, and they got fined $2 million.
Oh, they ignored a 2010 sexual assault accusation.
Yep.
So there's going to be a lot of this. There's going to be a lot of this in the future of sports with Gruden. There's going to be a lot of this coming up in the future. So we definitely need to keep our eyes open.
But how? I mean, how do you just? I mean, I don't know. Like the whole Gruden thing. I'm like, why does his stuff come out?
Because the Raiders are doing well.
Well, you know what was so funny?
Did the owner of the Raiders say release this so I can cane this guy because he's
the NFL knew about it before he got hired.
They didn't. But
he shouldn't have never been hired.
Yeah.
But why did it come out 5 years after the fact?
I don't know.
Well, I feel like someone who's against the Raiders in our division. I hate calling them our, but I live in Las Vegas. Their division is like, give me everything you can on Gruden or something like that. Like this is a way you can take people down. We saw it happen with Kelly Stewart. Kelly in Vegas got a job at ESPN, and then they look at her Twitter from 10 years ago. She gets fired because of stuff from. This is like it's everywhere. It's like going through the capillaries of sports right now.
How do you pick and choose who you fired? I turn on ESPN, I see 6 guys who've been arrested for stuff.
I've been so anti-NFL for so long because you can pick and choose.
Ran over a meter maid. He ran over a meter maid.
Yes.
Joe Mixon smashed a girl's face and broke every bone in her face, and he can play football, but Colin Kaepernick can't kneel. Now he's not allowed to play football.
Exactly.
So this is my issue with the NFL forever. They'll let you beat the snot out of women, but they won't let you kneel on a football field.
Yeah.
Our guy Deshaun can't play. Nothing. I mean,
well, I mean, look at
we can go through. I mean, how many guys come out? Leonard Little killed the guy drunk driving. Came back.
Yeah, drunk driving.
You do the crime. You do the time. You come back. I got no problem with that.
Look at Deshaun Watson. He's still not playing.
And he hasn't even been trying for anything. How do you do that to people?
Exactly. That's it.
Michael Vick came back, and now listen. People are everybody. If someone and I said this in my chat. They start pulling up. I said they have every text message and email you've ever sent in your life. So think about anything you've ever said rude about somebody. They could come out and be like, "Look what you said about me."
Yep, exactly.
Right.
Yep. So now with all this social media, everything that's going on,
it's a real slippery slope. Like people
that's what they do.
You know what? You're supposed to forgive. Whatever. You paid your dues. You went to jail. You paid a fine. Let them come back. I mean, you can't hold. This is. I sent a tweet out when I was 17.
I don't know. I think there's a difference, though, that like the league as a whole needs to set a standard. Like if you beat women, you don't get to work for us anymore, because it's showing you that it's okay to do that and just go serve your time and then you can come back and everything's fine. I don't think that's okay. I think there needs to be a standard that if you do now, if you get caught getting high, maybe that's something sober up, come on back. But like violent crimes, running people over with cars. Why would you want, as the football league, as a national football league, why would you want your organization to be represented by that? And this all just ties back into Gruden that they already knew this was happening.
Yes.
They already knew that this hate speech was coming out of him, and he kept his job until someone gaslighted it, until someone put it into the light. So they're allowing this kind of behavior
until they get caught.
It's not until they get caught, Toni. Until there's no results. Until the results are gone, like there's no results. People forget Kaepernick went like 3-13, and all of a sudden they're like, "All right, get him out of here." I mean, as good as he was, and they took him to the Super Bowl or championship game. After that, he went on a 3-12 or 3-13 run. Listen, you're not playing anymore.
I understand that.
You can still play. Listen, Randy Gregory for the Cowboys, the guy, or who was it? Randy? Who was the guy who went? They called him a crackhead. He came in, like, beat his wife. He threw the machine guns on the bed.
Oh, yeah. That just happened a couple years ago, wasn't it?
Yes. I should say Randy Gregory. He's the smokes a lot of weed. He's like Josh Gordon's younger brother. Like Josh Gordon, like 900 times that spot. Like, they don't care. You can play. You get results. They don't care what you do. Who cares? That's all right. He's forgiven. He can play football.
I mean, if I was Deshaun Watson, I'd be highly upset that they're allowing everyone else to play and he's got to sit there.
Greg Hardy.
Yeah, Greg Hardy. That's right. Yes.
He went to like MMA to beat up people.
Yeah.
Yeah, he went into the MMA. I don't know. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, I don't blame the players. I blame the league. I don't blame the coaches. I blame the league because
Yes.
this is under your watch. This is what you allow to happen. Okay,
Yeah.
that's how I feel about it. I don't blame players or coaches. People are people, but as a league, it's your job to decide what kind of people do you want to represent your organization.
That's
Okay,
it.
getting off my soapbox now.
That's it. That's it. That's a good one. That's the way to end it.
All right, so let's do a quick recap. If you guys are looking for Sean Higgs, he's at @real_Higgs on Twitter. I'm still so short. I sunk my chair. And then look for him over on YouTube at Winning Free Picks. That is his own YouTube page that has tons of free content every single day.
You're right over there. We might have to do a whole new video here. This is like, what's going on? They get the chair.
Right. She's having some issues.
My
That
arm and my
soapbox
chair
isn't
are
working
out.
anymore.
Things are happening. Things are happening. And then Toni, the GOAT Cobbs, find her at Cobbs_Toni. And you can find her every single day over on the Morning Wood Show. That's a show I host 6 days a week. Detroit Lenny's on the 7th. Lots of free contests, free picks. And Toni Cobbs is on our Morning Wood Facebook page and on the show, giving out her free plays every single day as well. And find her on Twitter at Cobbs_Toni. We don't call her the GOAT for nothing. All right. Guys, don't forget, like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications if you dig the video. I have a feeling I'm going to get a lot of comments in this one. But
I know. I don't know what we did. That was terrible.
Oh, yes.
I know.
I want to do it over again.
Yeah, I kind of went off the deep end a little bit there, but you know what? Hey, this is what's up, right? This is how I feel about it. Promo code is NBA. It saves you 20% off of the entire site. Let's recap. Hawks are at the Pelicans. The number is 220, and they're both going under. Remember, when they agree, money plays. Kings are at the Suns, 226. They're both going under on that one, too. The only one they disagreed on, Cavs at the Clippers, 217. Higgs is going under. Tony's going over. Grizz at the Trailblazers, 234. They're both taking it over. And in World Series Game 2, Braves at my Astros, they are going under the 8.5 runs scored. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for joining me today. Thanks for listening to the spiel there as well. You guys have a great one. May the best capper win.